43-year-old Vincent Russo III was last seen fishing from a dock on Lake Milton Wednesday evening. But as Krista Lamendola explains, although Russo was found safe, his disappearance has officials fishing for answers.
Barefoot, in board shorts and a t-shirt, first responders were not expecting their search for a missing fisherman to end like this.
Hey.
After hours of searching, the missing man casually walked past our news crew and first responders.
Surprise. I mean, and again, with him not willing to come forward and say, hey, here I am, what do you need? It was very concerning that, that there was something else going on other than, just he went for a walk or something like that.
ODNR, fire, and deputies combed through the tall grass and waters on Lake Milton just after midnight, after a woman claiming to be the man's girlfriend said she last saw her boyfriend fishing on Wednesday evening, then never saw him again. Worried about hypothermia and drowning, crews scoured the lake using sonar on the water and search dogs on the land.
We did a very extensive search, and again, never did find him. Don't know where he was, but the area he came from, we searched many times.
Searching in the dark made this a difficult search on Lake Milton, and they use certain technology, like this thermal sensor. You can see in the dark if somebody is standing there or if there's no one at all.
It would be like a cold water rescue where you would get somebody out of the water and still be able to revive them. So that was our first concern.
But what happened while he was missing is still a mystery. Sir, can you tell us what happened? No? Investigators say the man is not cooperating or answering their questions either. The man was not injured, but refused medical treatment. And while this ending is a happy one, it's also confusing.
There's probably a lot more to this than we'll find out, but he's safe. I guess that's all that matters.
With more local news, I'm Krista Lamendola. Beaver local volleyball coach Sarah Lowe knows her players well. So when she saw 16-year-old Lauren Thomas oddly stumble on the court, she quickly knew her outside hitter was having a stroke.
Noticing the speech was already slurring at that point, I could see that there was the droppage in the face.
In Ohio, coaches are not trained to spot signs of a stroke, but they do receive training for AED and concussion. But Coach Lowe knows the signs of stroke all too well.
4 years ago, my mother had a severe stroke. I feel like I'm very fortunate that I was able to be there and have that knowledge, so I was able to help Lauren.
Akron Children's neurologist Bruce Cohen says children are at a lower risk for stroke.
The risk of stroke in childhood after the infancy stage is about 1 in 8,000.
Doctors say it's important for everyone to know the signs because you could be healthy, athletic, young. Anyone could suffer a stroke.
You can have a paralysis or weakness of one side of the body, numbness of one side of the body. There could be speech disturbances, changes in mental status, a seizure.
He advises a simple test for anyone sporting those signs.
Ask them to open and close their hands quickly like I'm doing right now. If one hand is uncoordinated or going much slower than the other, you know that there's a neurologic problem going on.
Miraculously, Lauren is now walking and talking again in therapy. Her family says it was no coincidence her coach was on the court that day.
We told her she's our lifesaver.
If it was going to happen, it couldn't have happened at a better time, a better place, and with the best people around her.
Through Lauren Strong, the family is urging others to learn the signs of stroke too, praying that powerful information can give someone else the gift of life too. Some call it love at first swipe, but whether it's through dating apps or online ads, many are learning the hard way people are not always who they say they are.
You always have to be careful because you don't know who it is on the other side.
Now predators are taking things one step further, generating fake phone numbers and identities through a burn number app.
Just type in my cell phone number.
We tried the Burner app. For $2 a month, it gives me a fake phone number that filters through my real phone. And with the touch of a button, I can choose which city that number is from.
Ooh, what area code should I do? 330?
We put up a Craigslist ad to test it out. Several folks texted me through the fake number, and when I made a call, The caller ID spit out a phony number too. But unlike a landline or a normal cell, the app says the number cannot be traced back to me. Just like a piece of paper, if you burn it, it's gone.
You'd think that by having a fake phone number, this would all be anonymous. But police say that they can still find out exactly who you are.
Sometimes they think they're being smart by using the app to try and disguise who they are. But usually there's some sort of a footprint left behind.
Detective Glenn Patton says when it comes to crime, burn number apps are most commonly used for harassment, kids calling in bomb threats, even sex ads.
Are they anonymous?
Not really.
No.
What you're doing is delaying the inevitable.
Many apps keep track of your info, including texts and pictures from the burn number. And that anonymous number can be traced back to you with a simple search warrant. If you are worried that you're being catfished or harassed, get a copy of your billing, Google search the number, and bring it to police. When in doubt using a dating app or a Craigslist ad, make sure you meet at a safe spot.
If it is a scam, they aren't going to want to come anywhere near a police department.
But for the criminals and the phonies out there using fake number apps, police have a friendly reminder. If you play with fire, you may just get burned.